Bum, 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 bum. Oh boy. Oh boy. How in the hell did we get here? How did we get here? Hmm. Say what? Y'all stack up, pile up, get inside. Y'all pack up, get inside, get inside. Check in, check in. Wherever you are listening, watching from, tap in. Don't let people scare you. Whatever you do, don't let people scare you away. Get up in here. We're going to have a little conversation. Shall we? Shall we? Chop, chop. Let's chop it up then. Shall we? How y'all doing? Is everybody good? Hope so. Is everybody good? Is everybody good? I'm just checking. Checking the temperature. Checking the temperature. Is everything good? Mm-hmm. Well, we hope so. It's been a monsoon-ish day, full moon, and you always got to know whenever there's a full moon, look for something. Look for something. It is something in the moon. Something in the moon for you. Simply because you're human. And while you be human, be human for real. Oh boy. Are we really stuck with Kamala? Is that what it is now? You stuck with Kamala? Let's see here. 3 hours ago. Is that what that said? Or is that 8 hours ago? That's 8 hours ago. 6 hours ago. 11 hours ago. Okay. Let's hold on here. Let's see what the talking heads are yapping about here off the bat. You feel me? So we got to get a clear understanding of what we is before I go crazy. So this is what we got. You feel me? So let's see what they're talking about.
President Biden dropping out of the 2024 race. She says that she was honored to have received President Biden's endorsement and intends to earn and win the nomination for the presidency. This, of course, is the first time that we are hearing from him. We did report earlier that President Biden and Vice President Harris did speak on the phone earlier today. That is not surprising. Just a little bit more from the vice president's statement here. She says, I am honored to have the president's endorsement, and my intention is to earn and win this nomination. And she also says, talks about how it has been such a profound honor to have served as the president's vice president, expresses her gratitude to First Lady Jill Biden as well, and talks about sort of the relationship that they have built over the years, including the relationship that she had with the president's late son, Beau Biden. This, of course, is something that the president has talked about in the past as having been a factor when he was trying to decide who his vice presidential running mate would be back in 2020. The vice president also says in her statement, with this selfless and patriotic act, President Biden is doing what he has done throughout his life of service, putting the American people and our country above everything else. Wolf, all of the attention now is going to really be on Kamala Harris. This has already been the case for the last several weeks as we have been.
Wait a minute. Are y'all sure all of the attention is going to be on Kamala? Actually, what y'all need to be doing is putting attention on Trump and less attention on Kamala. See, the problem is, well, let's see, let them talk.
Been sort of in limbo, trying to see where the president was going to land in terms of his own decision. But of course, given that.
Remember, the president is self-quarantining. He has COVID.
Things seemed headed in the wrong direction for the president for a while now. There has been a lot of speculation about Vice President Harris and whether an endorsement formally would come from the president, which of course it has. And so now we are going to be paying close attention to everything that she does just in the coming days. How does she carry herself in public now that this news is out? Does she sort of step up her campaign operations, which according to our reporting, of course, is going to be the case. We already know that in the last several days, we have seen her sort of step up as the president has been in Rehoboth, including at the last minute jumping on a call with concerned donors just several days ago, within the last 48 hours or so. So this is something now that is totally a different situation for Vice President Kamala Harris than it was, of course, a day ago. And all attention is going to be on her as the party now figures out how they are going to move forward with this nomination process. Wolf.
Yeah, she's going to be the leader of the Democratic Party and the Democratic presidential nominee. We'll watch all of this very closely. MJ Lee, we'll get back to you. Thank you very, very much.
Okay, now. The lady mentioned she was on the phone with the donors Now, Biden donors are not at all in the least bit happy with this course of events. Believe me, nobody's happy with this because for most, well, we have to understand that there are several states, there are a number of states in this states' rights country that the only way the candidate can be removed from the ticket if they die or are seriously ill. I think, for one, we need a medical report for Biden having COVID. At least that, even though they can lie on that, but we need an official report that says Biden has COVID, because they could just easily use COVID as an scapegoat for Biden as cover. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, hell, he's sick, he got COVID, he might not even like recover like that. Because you know how COVID attacks brain cells. What, 2 or 3 brain cells Biden got left. And other crazy stuff, you know, COVID affects grown people, old people, different. And at this point, now that Kamala is officially dialed in as Biden's replacement, oh, stupid. Who is she going to pick for her running mate? Oh, man. Now, let's understand. First, we had Obama, the fake black man. And now we have Kamala, the fake black woman. Are we supposed to get bamboozled, hoodwinked twice, back to back? Is that what's supposed to be happening here? Hold on, I'm sharing something. Well, I'm just picking it out here. I know dead air is a no-no, but I type slow. I can't like a ventriloquist type and talk at the same damn time. So, but anyway, y'all got the fake black VP now at the top of the ticket. Mm, mm, mm. Now, how do they swing this? Who is going to be her running mate? Uh. Now, think about this. Even though she's a fake black girl, color girl, she a person of color. That ain't one of us. They not like us. Do I need to play the Kendrick Lamar song? What y'all talking about? Y'all tripping. It might be appropriate to play the They're Not Like Us. Well, let me see what Wolf Blitzer is saying here.
Much dramatic developments unfolding right now as well. Caitlin, I want to go back to you.
Yeah, Wolf, obviously we're monitoring this. Everything is changing by the moment here. We just got that news from Senator Chris Coons a few moments ago. That is the co-chair of the Biden campaign, getting behind Harris as the nominee as well, saying that they will talk about in the coming days who she could select to put on that ticket with her as her running mate. Obviously, a dramatic development to see Harris now in this situation. We're waiting to see what other Democrats continue to say about this. I want to go back to Van Jones because, Van, you were just talking about what this day means and the significance.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, Lord Jesus. Not Van. Come on. Not Van. Okay, let's see what Van is going to have to say. This is going to be extremely interesting. ADOS, where y'all at? Heads up. Here we are with the sellout.
Significance of this in a personal level for President Biden, but also it's a real calculus now for Democrats of what do they do given there are 4 months to go before the presidential election. What do you make of Harris's statement where she plans to earn and win this nomination?
I think it's very politically astute of her to say that because, again, this is a party that runs by rules and we take the rules very seriously. Technically, Joe Biden can't just say, you're now the nominee. If Joe Biden stepped down from president, the Constitution says she's automatically president. But this is not about the Constitution. This is about the Democratic Party. And under our rules, it's the delegates who make the decision. It's not Joe Biden. It's not Kamala Harris. It's not Nancy Pelosi. It's not the Clintons. It's not the Obamas. Our delegates make the decision. And so she's being very politically astute by saying to the delegates, I am going to work to earn your support. I appreciate the support I'm getting from the Clintons and from everyone else, but I understand that it comes down to you. And by saying she's going to work to earn that support, I think that's very, very smart. So that gives the delegates the opportunity to feel that they can, they have a job to do. They have to make a decision here. Also, I think that she's letting other people know the water's warm. You want to jump in? You want to get some? You could try to earn these delegates' support as well. She's not saying, if you come against me, it's a problem. She's not closing the door. She's not saying, I accept Joe Biden, therefore I'm no. So that puts other Democrats in a very interesting position. If you're a swing state governor, if you're a rising star in this party, if you're a celebrity, if you're somebody who wants to say, look, I don't believe in Kamala Harris. I don't trust that she can win. I think I can win. What are you going to do? You're going to have to make the decision that, no, I'm going to raise my hand and I'm going to say, I think I can do a better job. I think I can win Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan. I think I have a better shot. And I want those delegates to listen to me. So you're going to have to watch over the next 24, 48 hours. Does anybody else raise their hand and say that they want to also earn the nomination? What she's acknowledging is the nomination is not yet hers. And that's a very, very big deal. That's a true fact. But, in other parties, you might just have somebody just demagogue it, steamroll it, say, everybody get behind me. I am now going to lead this party. She's not doing that. Very politically astute.
But Vin, you've been involved in Democratic politics your whole life. To see the Clintons, the president, top senators getting behind her as the nominee. Do you think anyone else, if you are a governor or a Democrat who has a lot of star potential going forward, that they'd be brave enough to kind of get in this ring at this point with seeing who's lining up behind Harris so far?
It would take an extraordinary amount of self-confidence, belief in self to do it. But are
Come on, man, give me a break. Are there any true ADOS possibilities? Now, we know that Cornel West is running as a independent, blah, 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 blah. But are there any Black mayors, congressmen, state representatives that can step in this particular moment? Because we have to understand that right now, actually, we're open for a real Black president. Not a play Black president, not a fake Black president like we have gotten before. These people have not been ADOS, American descendants of slavery. Obama's Kenyan. Let's not play games. Kamala at best is Jamaican. Let's not play. The press secretary is Haitian. We don't have any representation in the White House. So now why is that? And why are we letting these people play these games? Because these people know they're not Black. What does their birth certificate say? I need Kamala's birth certificate. I need Obama's birth certificate. What does his birth certificate say he is? Huh? Why y'all tripping? Your papers, please. Yeah, we got litmus tests. Because we've been played a number of times and still being played. Now, what are we going to do about the top of the ticket? Because y'all already know how ADOS flow. We down ballot without reparation, period. We ain't tripping with nobody. And that goes for Trump too. We don't care which party delivers the check. Absolutely not. Because it's not about a party. It's about America. Now, we about to have to do some real serious politics here. Because it is obvious that the top of the ticket is wide open. Y'all want a real conversation? Are you ready for a real conversation? Is what I want to know. Because PSN Radio, PSN TV, PhoenixStreetNews.com, we giving you the straight truth, Ruth. I don't know if you can take it. Y'all used to getting it watered down. Y'all might need to move this around. I know, because I don't customarily do the panhandling on social media. You got to realize quality content and say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to share this with my homies. Hell yeah. Now that banner acts kind of fucked up. But you don't need to see them anyway. You just need to hear what they're saying and whether or not what they're saying is something that let's get back to fair use doctrine. YouTube, stop it. Quit playing. Oh my God. PSN radio, PSN television.
Are there doors that are still open? Yes, there are doors that are still open. For instance, Pelosi hasn't yet said she's for Kamala. President Obama, as usual, is staying very, very neutral, at least publicly, to make sure that, because he is the rock star of rock stars in this party, that he doesn't tip it one way or the other. And so you do have some doors that are still open. And so, but.
Wait a minute. The rock star of rock stars. Is that what the party is about? Rock stars? Obama, the fake Negro, yo, rock star too. All right, yo, bro. He's Kenyan. Let's not get it twisted.
The grade just got steeper because Joe Biden gave the endorsement. He gave it immediately. The Clintons came out immediately. It wasn't just, by the way, wasn't just Bill Clinton. Let's be fair. It was Bill Clinton and it was Hillary Clinton, a beloved, powerful nominee. The last time we nominated a woman, it was Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton came out immediately and said, I'm with Kamala. So the grade just got steeper for you, but the door is not yet closed politically. It's certainly not closed from a bureaucratic or technical point of view.
Yeah, okay.
Kamala Harris wants to earn that nomination. I guarantee you the whip operation, it's called a whipping operation. She had people who love her, who believe in her, who work with her for years, who are calling delegates, who are calling online personalities and other people, trying to get people ready to stick with Kamala if the ball comes to her. And so can you put together a whipping operation that's as strong as Kamala's in a short period of time? You have to look at a lot of different challenges here. But if somebody has the fire in the gut and say, listen, I don't believe Kamala can win it at the top of the ticket. I don't believe this. I don't believe that. I think I can do it. Kamala Harris just said, come on in, the water's warm.
Well, and you know what I thought about when I saw that both Clintons got behind her? I was thinking of Hillary Clinton, because she is a woman who knows what it's like to run against Donald Trump. And that could be the position we see Harris in. We don't know yet. Obviously, we are keeping our powder dry. We're waiting to see what Democrats decide here. But it does seem like that's a scenario the Trump campaign has been prepping for. They have been singling out Harris. I noticed it multiple times when you and I were in Milwaukee last week for the Republican convention. And I just wonder what, on its early basis, what you think that race would look like, a Harris versus Donald Trump.
The prosecutor versus the person who got prosecuted. I mean, it kind of writes itself in some ways from our side. Also, you have a younger voice. You have a younger, more dynamic presence. You have somebody who, is we've never seen this before. We've never seen a Black female, an Asian female.
Yeah, okay. Now can we back
female? You've never seen that before. And I think Trump's got to figure out how he wants to deal with it. They love, we've never seen this before. We've never seen a Black female, an Asian female. You've never seen.
Thank you. An Asian female. Can we understand what we're dealing with here? And I was wondering whether or not Van Jones was going to have the nuts to really say it at some point in this little conversation. But he did squeeze it in. She's Jamaican Asian. Stop using Black so loosely. This is where we got a problem here, because people just toss Black around, even after Kendrick just explained to you that everybody that didn't come from slavery are not us. Your skin color don't make you us. We got to understand that. Let Jones finish up.
Seen that before, and I think Trump's got to figure out how he wants to deal with it. They love to demean women. That's something that the Trump team does a lot. They do it too much. It actually goes against, they put women in positions of power sometimes inside the Trump team, but they still have this public thing of just demeaning women. That's tougher to do when you've got someone like Kamala Harris. Is Kamala Harris going to make the abortion issue a lot tougher? You know, Kamala Harris, the first couple of years, she wasn't impressing a lot of people. Her polling numbers weren't that good. Her confidence inside the Democratic Party wasn't that high. But you've seen her over the past year get stronger and stronger on the stump.
On what? Kamala gets stronger where? One of the problems with Kamala is she's not good on her feet. She ain't that quick a thinker. And from her being a prosecutor, you would think that she would be lightning fast. Nah, she's slow. And now the chicken's coming home to roost because she has to overcome the she's a dark Asian, all right, at best Jamaican, at best. Now, is Trump gonna be smart enough to capitalize on that? Is Trump gonna be smart enough to say, wait a minute, hold on, black folks, she ain't even one of y'all? Because, you know, Trump gonna tell it. If he know it, you know, he kind of slow too, but he got handlers, and I know they got to be checking the temperature around the internet. And like, wait a minute. We may have a chick in the armor here. I mean, we got a lot of, nobody's convinced that Kamala can beat Trump. Nobody's convinced, even with Asian money, that white, black, and other are going to deal with an Asian president. Now, hell no, we are. Y'all better get it together. No, sir-ree, Bubba.
You've seen her get more and more self-confident in interviews. You've also seen the party warming up to her, especially black voters who are so critical. And so you've got a real matchup here because you've got somebody who has, you know, at times been very, very strong in that prosecutor role. Most people think about Kamala Harris. They don't think about her as vice president. They think about her being in the Senate, grilling nominees from the Trump administration, grilling CEOs, just going after people and putting them in their place. So that side of her personality gets a chance to come forward now in a very different way. Kamala Harris won a lot of support from people when Biden stumbled. He didn't do well in the debate. Everybody was freaking out. And I was sitting right next to Anderson Cooper when Anderson Cooper brought Kamala Harris on. Mm-hmm. She was cool. She was calm. She was collected. She was strong. There was no time for anybody to hand her talking points. There was no time for anybody to write up a speech. There was no teleprompter. She had to just literally walk out there after her running mate had fallen, look in that camera and deliver. And she delivered such a strong performance that it gave people in this party much more confidence in her. So she's riding a little bit of a wave now of momentum and support, but the door is not closed. There is a process we have to go through. There are still big donors and big figures in our party that have not yet said where they stand. So if somebody wants to jump in, it is not a done deal yet. Somebody could still yet challenge Kamala Harris.
Somebody.
This is an NBC News special report.
Good day. We are coming on the air with significant breaking news and a critical moment in the presidential race. NBC News has learned President Biden will step aside as the presumptive Democratic nominee. He will suspend his bid for a second term, and instead he will pave the way for a different Democratic candidate to face former President Trump this November. I want to show you the letter that we are just getting seconds ago from the president, from his office, in which he says that it has been the greatest honor of his life to serve as his president.
Yeah, wait a minute, hold on. I don't even know if them legs right there is ready. Them legs wasn't ready. Them legs wasn't ready. Nah, Biden been done for a minute. Yeah, it's for freaking sure. Oh boy.
president. He goes on to say, while it has been my intention to seek re-election, he says, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. The news comes after Wednesday's announcement by the White House that President Biden has COVID, and with growing calls by Democrats now, dozens of them publicly, who have suggested that President Biden should, in fact, withdraw from the race. So this is the news that we have here on a Sunday afternoon. It is a stunning and historic development, but it is not altogether unexpected based on the reporting from NBC News. Remember that President Biden has struck a defiant tone ever since those calls began after his debate performance several weeks ago, widely panned as disastrous. You now have a number of House Democrats, and as of today, 3 senators who are suggesting that President Biden should, in fact, step off the ticket. And it appears as though he has, in fact, made that decision to do so. He says that he will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about his decision. He goes on to say that he expresses his deepest gratitude to all of those who have worked so hard to see him reelected. And importantly, he goes on to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work. Again, thanking the American people for the faith and trust that they have placed in him. So a couple of questions answered here and a couple of questions still ahead. First of all, there was a question that if President Biden stepped off the ticket, would he also, in fact, resign from the presidency? He is making clear in this letter that he will not do that. But there's a big question remaining, which is, what happens next? What happens next now to the Democratic ticket? There had been some calls, some questions for example, an open mini primary, perhaps, before the convention that is set to happen next month in Chicago. There had also been a question of whether Kamala Harris should now take the top of the ticket. She is the one who would inherit essentially the infrastructure, the campaign money, the campaign cash, the war chest that the Biden-Harris ticket has accumulated. Keep in mind, again, this is a stunning turnaround considering the president has promised time and time again to stay in this race, even struggling, of course, to face off against Mr. Trump during that first presidential debate. So we are working to get our reporters up and ready to go here because, again, a significant development in this presidential race. The president goes on to say in this letter, I believe today what I always have, that there is nothing America can't do when we do it together. We just have to remember we are the United States of America. As for
No, we're not. We're like split down the middle. Ladies and gentlemen, do we all understand where we are? I don't think y'all understand where we at. Now that, because that is another critical question, is whether or not Biden is going to resign as president. Now he says, I'm going to continue my duties as El Presidente. But you got COVID. And so y'all say. This is one of those kind of things when knowing civics, knowing the political process matters. But knowing the political climate is going to matter right here. And it is obvious that the talking heads in mainstream media don't understand where we at. Okay, let's, okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play something from the other day. But before I do that, I'm going to give y'all the music. Give y'all the music, and let me remove this from the screen. Because now that you have what happened, Biden had to take the exit. So let's look at how Black media was talking about this prior to this event. So y'all listen to this right here, And hey, we'll be back.
Man, what I with it? These motherfuckers that made me do it, man. What they make niggas out here tripping off these bitches, man. You better get them, man.
Wait a minute. We're going to do it like this.
Paid my dues.
Yikes.
I paid my dues. I paid my dues. I paid my dues.
G shit.
Paid my dues.
Y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Nah. I ain't with that bullshit. Y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Nah, I ain't with that bullshit. Y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Tryna sing along, leave that alone. Got nothing to do with this. Feds on me, can't be walking with no cane. Just gave 13, now my brother missing. Damn. I cannot box, so when I walk, I tie my shoes. Can't afford to be slipping. Why making moves, guys? Project living. I'm encoded with that thug shit. And it's obvious, I'm still blurring, raging for shower. Yikes, yeah, you know me. Didn't know he. All I need is Doki. Take out your knee. Niggas call the police. Headshot, then I leave. But they got 4 kids, man. That's how that is. Damn, you sensitive, like you care about his biz. This ain't no cakewalk, nigga. You must like say slanging 8 balls, nigga. Sit your bitch ass down, stay a fuck around. Cause y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Nah. I ain't with that bullshit. Y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Nah, I ain't with that bullshit.
One thing for sure, 2 things for certain. We not the same. Quit rapping now. Damn, you know shit done changed. Young nigga used to take off on the jump outs. Mama begging me change routes. That's why I hit them beats and spit pain now. Any nigga tell you Cree ain't good enough to make it. Point blank, that nigga hating. Fuck around, turn Satan. For everything been taken out of houses. Started rapping in the basement. Sleeping on my aunt couches. Selling dummy smokers in the fucking front bowing. I'm from the back of East Star. Who the fuck you doubting? I ain't never had shit. Bitch, I ain't the same. These niggas frontin' fuck with real niggas like Trey Game. Hell no, I don't gang bang. If you hit leaks, we on the same thing. Right here, you get caught. A motherfucker don't say names. I told my kids one day we gon' get up out this shit. I pray to God for all the good and the bad licks.
Y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Y'all niggas know.
What game, baby?
I ain't with that bullshit. Nah, I ain't with that bullshit. Y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Y'all niggas know, wanna hit the dough. I ain't with that bullshit. Nah, I ain't with that bullshit.
Yikes, nigga. Trey ain't bitch. OG. Watch this shit, nigga. Got my little nigga Cree with me.
Got that funk right there.
Got my little soldier got there gone. Guapo it. Gallo in this motherfucker. Ground zero. Got my little soldier CP in this motherfucker. Choke, what up? Out of Choke Studios, nigga. Free LeBron.
Oh yeah, that's that file right there. Remember, it's weekend. Let me get this out the way so y'all can see what it be cracking like there. So y'all can see what it be like cracking. And at the end of the day, this is a grand opening, but it is also a back to school drive for the children. There will be entertainment and actually, Miss Detroit Hair Care and Beauty Supply is looking for individuals that are entrepreneurs that want to put their clothing line in the store on consignment. You feel me? That is available. She was looking for a braider, but that position I think is taken. But hey, more than one. You know what I mean? I'm doing Negro stuff. Eating chicken, you already know. Hey, it's Sunday. Sunday should be like National Chicken Day for Black people. I'm just saying. And I put it in the air fryer. Oh my God, it had all kind of, and heavy on the cayenne pepper. It was like hot, instead of hot wings, it was like hot legs. Hell yeah, it's smoking. But make sure you're here at this event, summer weekend, July 27th. It is just north of Peoria on 43rd on the west side of the street. There will be the big jumper. We'll be there. We're hoping that we'll have T-Wax, coach over there with the stroke awareness, with the shooter, with the shoot, with the basketball stroke awareness, shoot for points, shoot for prizes. And we'll see how that goes, but as added attraction. All right. As I mentioned before, and this was how long ago? 2 days ago, I think. So let me give y'all The Godfather. I'm gonna give y'all The Godfather of The ADOS movement, co-founder. You feel me? Antonio Moore. Right here in your face, baby. Let me get the ad off the screen. Where we at? Right there. Okay. Let me give you this guy right here. just in case y'all wonder what black politics look like under the fair use doctrine, YouTube will punish you. All right. Check this out.
Talking about Biden dropping out now 12 to 14 weeks before the election, depending on when he dropped out. And they're basically misrepresenting it to you, in my view. He cannot drop out right now. We're too far along. What has happened here is that there's a certain level of voter disenfranchisement going on if he drops out, because what it creates is a situation where your vote for a liberal candidate got taken from you. That is my view. They have failed you because you basically didn't get to primary him last year. I would go back to 2019 because we'll talk about that in a second with what was happening before South Carolina and what they did to flip the whole election layout from Bernie being on top, Elizabeth Warren, Buttigieg, Biden, to Biden being on top after South Carolina when Kamala Harris drops out. But for the purposes of this conversation, Democrats need a whole new 2024 presidential ticket, not just to swap Kamala Harris for Joe Biden.
Oh,
that's my view. I have no idea how they think it is appropriate to swap out a Kamala Harris that is both incompetent and politically inept, center-right in my view, and some of her politics, for Joe Biden, and it's okay. And you should have that same question. She couldn't even get her campaign together. Y'all don't remember? Y'all don't remember when she couldn't run her campaign? So a lady that could not run her campaign and did not get Democratic support nationally is now being proposed to be able to pull a party together with 12 weeks and run a campaign nationally for the president. Get the hell out of here. Y'all done fucked up our vote. Don't nobody want to talk about it. Please support the channel. These kind of videos don't see the same monetization. Please use Cash App. Please use Patreon. Let's get right to the discussion. So I believe that they need a whole new ticket. They don't need to push Kamala out. I don't believe Kamala can run a national campaign, and I do not believe Kamala Harris beats Trump. She is Indian Jamaican, raised in large part in Canada, very awkward. To me, shows signs of being a bit lazy. Cannot even run a campaign. How can you think that she is a better choice than just letting this slide out, this old man that they done chose, that's 80-something years old? Biden says he won't step aside, but if he does, here's why Harris is the favorite to replace him. I want to talk. So CNN did a whole special a few days ago, and they showed that Trump is likely to win in a landslide. This is before the RNC convention. They showed the whole map. Election day is in 16 weeks, and what the Democrats did in 2024, running Joe Biden at 80 years old, over 80 years old, without primary challenges, was not only incompetent, but disrespectful to everyone demanding liberal policy. Everyone. Me, you, everybody in your family. I don't think that we're grasping it because they are propagandizing an alternative that is unrealistic. Running somebody out here with 10 weeks to 12 weeks to run a national presidential campaign is tantamount to lying to you. We've never seen anything like it in politics.
Never.
This will rank among the greatest political failures. This is my view again. By a party in our lifetime. We missed the window, and there's no appetite right now for any big moves that will throw more uncertainty and friction in this race. That's what somebody said a few days ago. It's been going back and forth. Now Biden said he gonna campaign after COVID. This 83-year-old man. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, my name is Kay. Can you hear me?
I hear you just fine. Give me your take on it. We're gonna get right into this discussion. This is our discussion. I don't understand what they're saying to us. I just know that they playing a game with us, telling us that they can swap him out for Kamala, as if that makes sense.
So basically what's happening is is they do want to get rid of Biden. And it's the establishment, the same people that knocked Bernie out of the race in 2019 are the same people that are pushing to get him out of the race at this moment. And Black women, specifically in the party, in CBC, want to push for them to replace him with Kamala if they do push him off. They don't want him to knock her out because they feel like to get rid of Biden, because they feel like if Biden runs and wins, Kamala is going to be the first Black woman president. So that's what the CBC is fighting for, to keep him on the ticket. But in the event that they do get rid of him, they're fighting to ensure that they switch out
Ain't black,
him out
bro.
with Kamala, because all the liberals that are saying that they want him out are not saying that they want Kamala to replace him. So there's a lot of infighting in the party right now because of that, and they have done nothing for Black people the entire time that they have been there. Not one thing have they done specifically for us. So
I agree.
there's no reason for us to continue to support this party that obviously, first of all, they robbed us around votes in the primary, because where was the primary for 2024?
Where was the primary for 2019?
I didn't vote.
Where was the primary for
I didn't vote.
2019? We got to go all the way back to 2019. I told you guys, when Kamala dropped out before South Carolina, she basically, to me, had brokered a side deal to not split the Black vote, leaving Bernie with a much greater chance of winning South Carolina. What happened as a result is Biden won South Carolina, but he was running way behind before that. And so what happened is he comes out of South Carolina, and I believe he already basically chosen her as VP. And she basically traded the ADOS vote. I said that way back then. But any last thing you want to say to the audience?
Yeah, so lastly, Kamala's not popular, not with Black people, not with anybody. She couldn't even carry her own state in the primary. She did a horrible job. So for anyone to say that she should be his replacement, if it does happen, it's ridiculous. You literally just want to put a Black face in a high place. And honestly, she's biracial when she does not. She has done nothing.
It's more than she's biracial. She's not Black American. She's not African American.
She's not
what Kamala Harris is a half Jamaican American and Indian, but that's a recessive culture as well. The Jamaican, she's actually Indian American, raised in large part in Canada. In and of itself, that's not a problem. What is a problem is that the lens that Black American ADOS, American descendant slavery women, are trying to use is as if she grew up in Alabama. It's as if she wasn't a prosecutor that did the truancy laws, and we'll cover that later. I have no idea what's going on. I just know politically she is not the answer. I'm gonna let you go, caller. Thank you so much.
No, thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Yeah, sisters just won.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? So I'm walking you through this. And you had Kamala basically, who really should never have been chosen to be VP, be able to hook herself to the Biden ticket. She had no delegates to trade. She's from California. He's gonna win that state anyway. And the only reason that this all worked, in my view, was in large part because of this Black Lives Matter moment of Black women saying that they need a Black woman, not an ADOS woman, not an ADOS person, but a Black woman. So we ended up with an Indian Jamaican woman that had politics that was center right, if not right wing. And truancy laws, what she did with truancy is like far right. I have no idea how you think now that a person of that ilk could be the national candidate. But go ahead, give me a take.
Desperation. Look, we all know she's a DEI choice. That was from the get. She brought in a certain number of votes and it got him over the other hump. But now it's all blowing up in their face. After all, wasn't she the one, or still is, the one in charge of the border? And look what's going on with that. If she is chosen, that would be the talking point that Trump's going to keep hammering people. She's in charge of the border, and 12 million people came across the border. So that alone is going to nullify.
Hold on. People gonna come across the border no matter who's the president and who's sitting down there. You got to stop why they are leaving their country before you can shut the border down, before you can stop them from showing up at the border. If you're going to be concerned about the border, then you need to be concerned about what's going on in their country. And if what's going on in their country is disadvantageous to their people, and you in the North American hemisphere under the superpower regime, under the United States of America, you're in the territory of the United States of America and in the reach of short-range missiles. Now, at this point, why is it that we don't have manufacturing companies all throughout Central America with them people having jobs, you know, just like the Chinese do them, you know, they come from Taiwan, it can come from Honduras. And be exported as made in America, in the Americas. And then they wouldn't have any need to be at the border. But if you're not going to fix why they are leaving their country, then there is no such thing as border control. You just can't. It's just too many people. They're just going to forever come. And you don't know who is forever coming with them. Terrorists, everybody. So it shouldn't be an issue of immigration. More so, it should be an issue of security, of national security. The immigration gate might have to be further away, not at the border. We got a whole section at the border to keep you from getting to the border. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't need to have to come to the border in the first place. It should be all good where you at. You might have to make a deal with the cartel. Like, yo, bro, we're going to put some businesses down here. You know what I mean? I don't know, some cocoa factories or some shit. You know what I mean? Whatever y'all do down here.
By any effort to bring her into the White House as president.
But I think before we get to that, she can't run a campaign. She can't. I'll read it to you later. Her campaign was so bad that the people inside of her campaign were complaining and leaving. She can't even keep a staff as a VP. How many people have left her office? Right. I don't understand how those parts. They don't talk about that. And I'm looking at this thing, and I don't understand how. Let's say it again. These people at the DNC, are trying to tell you that with 13 weeks until the election, 14 weeks, that a woman who cannot run a campaign in a national regular timeline can come in and solidify a party. You have to start being honest about who this person is. What are their politics? Did she do truancy laws that locked up black mothers? Did she keep black men and other men in to fight fires? You have to be honest. How did she campaign before? You can't keep running on identity. Go ahead, give me your last take on it.
Yeah, I mean, listen. These black women on these legacy news programs are letting folks know if she's not chosen, the black women are going to walk. So it's an open revolt, and because the Democratic Party needs all parts of its all the parts of people in order for them to pass over the hump and get the White House. If you lose these black women, which they threaten to do, then they don't make it. So they're going to sacrifice. This
They can't put her up. And anyway, let's go.
When all said and done to fall apart, maybe the Democratic Party can be rebuilt, and they can be rebuilt for the people, not for the corporate Democrats.
I agree, and I'm looking at it, and I appreciate you calling in. The queue is filling up 310-388-3499.
Tone be so patient. And because he's so, political, even when somebody has a statement that really ain't no statement, don't do just babbling and stuff, because talking about having to rebuild the Democratic Party. See, a lot of black people got a misunderstanding about where we stand in the Democratic Party or in politics in general. Without reparation, we're not in the room. And if that's not a part of the political conversation, then you're not having an honest political conversation. Because we are the majority vote in the Democratic Party. If we don't support a candidate, they are not going to win. It's just the way it is. But why are we supporting the party? What do we get? Our vote is not a gift, it's an exchange. So what do we get in exchange for our majority vote? Well, you better ask for something. You need to have an agenda. We need this, that, and that. When you don't have an agenda and you just support, you give your vote as a gift, and then wait later, like, okay, how come y'all don't give us something? Well, we don't know what you need. They don't know what we need. But we don't have a collective understanding of who we are. Because, see, we got confused that Kamala was us. We got confused that Obama was us. And now here we are, as Cat Williams said, the year of the truth.
Getting a lot of early calls because there's a lot of opinions. Again, I'm under the weather. That's why my voice is a little hoarse. But I wanted to bring this show. And the topic of the show, again, is Democrats need a whole new ticket, not just to swap Kamala Harris out. The reasoning is that the infrastructure can stay in place in a way that it can't if you swap other people into Kamala. But Kamala won't win. She's not even competent. Okay, let's not even go to competence first. She's not like a former governor, 2 terms, that ran a state and fiscally changed the direction of that state. She's a junior senator that was a prosecutor before that, attorney general and then prosecutor. She doesn't have the political beneficios to be president. Now somebody can say Trump isn't either. I'm not choosing Trump. I'm asking the question, why are you putting this person in front of us as liberals? We got to talk today.
Yes,
They need a whole new ticket. You got Democrat Schiff saying, I think if he is meaning Biden is our nominee, I think we lose. Yeah, we told you that. We said that to you before. I pointed out in a show years ago that Clinton was 47 when he won. I pointed out that the boomers have basically eaten alive the era of Generation X and many older millennials. You have stolen our moment. Biden and Trump are reflections of boomer ego. They're not just individuals. Y'all dealing with this in your house. You got old people that don't want to move to the side. Still moving like they 62 when they 87, 83. Can we get to it?
Yes, sir.
He's still saying he ain't gonna drop out. There is no historical precedent for Biden dropping out now. I want to key down on that because they are talking to you as if this is normal, as if you really got an alternative, as if 12 weeks is long enough to bring another candidate in. And it ain't a true 12 weeks. You got to pick the person. So we talking 10 weeks.
Oh, boy.
There is no historical precedent for Biden dropping out now. Biden has been selfish. He's been awful. He's been ornery. He needs to move if he gonna move. He needs to stay if he gonna stay. Either way, when Trump win because he stayed here, it's his fault. It's the DNC's fault. Y'all need to have that in your heart. Can I talk today?
Oh, boy.
Y'all
See,
can't
here's
let
the way
these
to
people
do
just
it.
bring Kamala out and talk about a black woman, and then when she lose, she lost because she's a black woman. No, she came in with 12 weeks left. Can we talk?
Mm-hmm. Can we talk?
I just want to get to it. Please support the channel. Seems like both parties are in cahoots to put Trump in. I want to say it again. There's no historical precedent for Biden dropping out. Now, the only thing I think we saw was Johnson and Truman, but it happened in last year for us. It'll be 2023. During the primaries, they selected a new person. They were supposed to let us primary Biden.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
Yeah.
It is not unprecedented for an incumbent president to abandon his re-election campaign, but it is rare, and no president has been pressured out of a re-election out of concerns of his mental fitness. One warning bell for Democrats who assume that a nominee younger than Biden would do better against Trump. Republicans won the two most recent elections in which presidents eligible for re-election bowed out of their campaigns. We go back to Truman, we go back to Johnson, but both Johnson and Truman, like Biden, were former lawmakers and former vice presidents. Neither Truman nor Johnson face serious questions about their ability to do the job. Biden does. But understand this, but both Johnson and Truman face competition for their party's nomination in the 52 and 68 respectively. Both were embarrassed in subpar showings in the New Hampshire primary. They were taken out in the primaries. This is an abysmal failure. It is one of the greatest political failures you will see in your lifetime. It is definitely one of the greatest political failures in modern history. No one in media is framing it that way. This is a debacle. They have basically given you an option. You vote for whoever we put out there, or Trump is going to be your president. Do you understand the failure? Caller, what's your name? What are you calling
Come
from?
on now.
Yeah, my name is Michael. My name is Michael. Calling from Virginia. And yeah, so with the 2024 presidential ticket with Democrats, they're very outdated, too old. They can't relate to millennials. Gen X, millennials, Gen Zers, and not only that, but the Democrats have to do this historically. Going back to Bill Clinton, when he was the new Democrat running the DLC, and before him was Bill Bradley. So to me, the modern Democrats are controlling the game. They're against
Can I say something real quick about Bill Clinton? Then I didn't have sex with that woman, Monica Lewinsky. I swear, Hillary. I tell you, girl, I love you. We've been married for a long time. We got Chelsea. She ain't like one of the most beautiful girls in the world, but I'm just telling you, she is our daughter, though. And I did not have sex with that woman, Monica Lewinsky. What I did do was I got a blowjob, and that's not sex. Look it up. Bill Clinton played the ass. But can I say something about Bill? That a lot of you see, you got to understand how politics be working and how all these people be working together. Now, prior to being the president, the first black president, as he's been coined, Mr. Saxophone Player, cool kind of man. Now, Bill Clinton was the governor of Arkansas, right? And while Bill Clinton was the governor of Arkansas, who was president? That's right. Teflon Reagan. Yeah, Reagan. Oh, we're talking about the 80s, huh? Oh, boy. Now, what happened? What happened? What brought the crack to LA? Oh, that's right. Iran-Contra. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. Guns for drugs in Central America. Mm-hmm. So America gave them the guns. They gave America the cocaine. Cocaine went to Freeway Rick Ross. As a matter of fact, this guy right here, Antonio Moore, wrote the book, did the piece on Freeway Rick Ross and the crack epidemic. Oh, yeah. This guy, Antonio Moore, he's an attorney and some more stuff. He's a outstanding individual. Y'all need to support the program, though. I mean, for real, though. Yeah, I mean, for real. Why y'all tripping? On me playing like, we ain't got it, bro. You know, we ain't got it. Like, come on now. Come on. Let me show you where it's at. Come on. So, don't. Hey, is that Cash App right there? So we can go on with the rest of the show. Hear a little cha-ching or something. You know. I mean, give me some incentive. All right, so let's carry on, shall we?
Changes to move the country forward because the problems became radical over time, going back to the 1980s, and it just frustrates.
Oh, what I was going to say about Clinton, the Iran-Contra drugs for guns took place in Arkansas while Clinton was governor. So Clinton kind of oversaw the drug deal for the Republicans. And that gave him the green light for the presidency because that's the way they do. One hand scratch the other one's back, you know what I'm saying? You look the other way, man, we'll make sure you get elected. And they made sure that Reagan didn't take the fall for the deal while he's president, that his administration was involved in drug dealing. So Reagan took the I'm slow and on medication, and Ollie North took the hit, took the fall. For like Ollie put it together. Y'all know Reagan couldn't have put something like that together. He's slow right now. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so Ollie North get the charge, and Clinton get to become president. Also cool the way they work together.
Only me, but frustrate everybody that why would you keep choosing, neoliberal Democrats to be a safe ticket or a safe haven? They're not safe because I know that modern Democrats, they're not going to fight very hard. They're just going to, close the wound halfway and let the market fix the rest of the problem, and it doesn't work because when a problem is so massive, it's going to require deep surgery.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, but you ain't gonna get no deep. You ain't gonna get no deep. Caller. You ain't gonna get no deep surgery in 12 weeks. So we talking about this issue. God, thank you so much for calling in. Look. We got a situation here. It's like a bullet wound, but it's a hole in your whole body, and it's a Trump-sized hole. They telling you what this caller just said. We got to do long-term treatment. We need to get. We only got Band-Aids in here, and they're showing you the Kamala Band-Aid, and you believe in it. I need you to understand. They just made you vote for Trump. How did that happen? So even if you don't vote, Trump's still gonna win because now they don't have an alternative. This is a failure of you for your family. You should be livid. I don't understand why you're not. They are propagandizing a message as if they can swap people out. We are in a political calamity, one that me and Yvette talked about in 2019. Why do you think Harvard Move On? They let Move On have 7 authors on a paper about lowly ADOS at Harvard that they had to retract. Why do you think that the New York Times sent them damn reporters down there and wrote that damn paper that way? We were going to galvanize you. See, we really need more than 2 parties. That's the problem. We need a party to the left of the Democrats. We need a party that would never choose Obama, that would damn sure never choose Kamala. We need a party that recognizes the poverty that has been placed inside of my life, inside of your life. We don't have that right now because we got Nicole Hannah-Jones, who got a white granddaddy, telling us about a black woman and leaving out the fact that she ain't Black American. Can I get to it?
Oh, boy.
She said we should vote in a black woman. That's what Nicole said. She don't even think straight.
Mm-mm.
In a total collapse, the Democratic Party has collapsed. A cataclysmic failure, a bad candidate, no agenda, no vision. Yvette Carnell.
That's her, co-founder, ADOS.
A senior House Democrat tells Axios, we're all resigned ourselves to a second Trump presidency. Several dozen former national security officials who supported Biden have signed a letter asking him to step down as the Democratic presidential nominee because his candidacy poses an unacceptable level of risk. They talking like they hands is clean, like they not the ones that chose him.
Oh, boy.
No. You stand by him. You own that. You telling me 12 weeks before. That's like the night before Christmas. Ain't no gifts under the tree. They saying, well, I know it's 11:30 at night on Christmas, but you think we can run down to the liquor store and get some stuff? You don't want to go down to the liquor store? See, that's why we don't have no gifts. With the deepest appreciation for your many decades of inspired leadership, we strongly believe that this is a letter that Axios said is coming from the Democratic establishment. A letter said this: with the deepest appreciation for your many decades of inspired leadership, we strongly believe that ongoing concerns surrounding your, meaning Biden's, continued candidacy and the growing likelihood of an electoral college victory for Donald Trump put your national security accomplishments and our country and our legacy at an unacceptable risk. Reads the letter they intend to send, which HuffPost viewed a copy of on Thursday evening. You had Senate Majority Leader Democrat Schumer told Biden it would be better for the country if he ended his reelection bid. Good job telling him this late. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
All right, give me your take on it.
Calling. You know, I study history a lot, so the only thing will remind me of, what 1877 when Hayes won the election, and black people were Democratic, Republican, and first Republican, and they the Democrats compromised for Hayes to win the election, for him to remove the Union Trump to the South, to enforce Jim Crow. This is what they're saying from there to do.
Yes.
It seems as if many Democrats are basically just sacrificing this election to Donald Trump and sacrificing us in the process.
Well, it's easy to say that now. They messed up. They calculated. See, we not seeing old people for what they are when they old. There was no reason that a year ago, people in that Biden camp couldn't see that Ms. Man hadn't regressed. Now, part of the problem, though, is that they picked a Kamala Harris, who's not a true VP in the sense of she didn't have no delegates, she didn't have no politics, she didn't have no reason to be there other than black women said, oh, we need a black woman, and that was who they chose. So they couldn't even run her.
because we're not voting for Biden, you're voting against Trump. And Biden in itself understands that is how he's in the White House. And that's how he continues to be in the White House. It's just not his policies for you or what he does for you. It's just the fear of Trump.
And I would argue in the first election we voted against Trump. In this election we voting for Biden. So the problem is that Biden don't represent nothing. Now, if Biden don't represent nothing, what Kamala represent? Her whole campaign was empty. But that's her whole political life. But I don't understand how her whole political life is either center right, right wing, near empty, and then you got black women still saying, let's choose her. How do you get there? Oh, you don't understand politics, Nicole Hannah-Jones, Angela Rye.
Right, because they use the same identity politics that the Republicans use with them that they use with us in order to gain our support, but not actually politics. So,
but if you use identity politics, we're the ADOS person. She's Canadian. She's a Jamaican Indian lady. If you use an identity,
we too inclusive, so that doesn't matter to us. And they understood that. They understood that with Obama. They understood that with everything. That's why they have an argument about that with hip hop and everything else. We've always been too inclusive with everything we do, to the point that we never going to be. They're never going to let us be at the forefront if they're the main resources for it.
Thank you so much.
So as long as you continue to include other people into what you're doing, they're going to always put somebody else who don't have the same interest or the same invested conflict that you have in that fight at the forefront.
I feel you.
That's how it's set up. So without us having our own political education, which is why most of the pays a lot, without us having our own political education, we're going to always be led any type of way. You can always lead us astray because we don't have our own system of infrastructure or persons we rely on to educate us of what's going on politically. So they can always just lead us anyway.
All right, man. I got a full queue. Everybody wants to speak on this. The main thing that I'm telling you today is they have effectively taken away your vote. They already put Biden out here. It's only 12 weeks to the election. Kamala is not an alternative. She's not a national candidate. She's just not. What I'm saying to you today is that you need to hold the Democrats responsible, responsibly do it. But you need to be demanding that they answer for the failure that they have put in front of you that can have massive impacts on your community and your family. I think we got Yvette Carnell. Yvette, is that you there?
Yeah.
How you doing, Yvette?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing? You too?
A little bit a little under the weather, but then it's also hot out here. So, because it's still early and we've been having a heat wave. But I just want to get you in here. I got your tweet on. I wanted you to speak to the message of the black woman thing with Nicole Hannah-Jones and the collapse of this party and telling us that we can swap candidates with 12 weeks out.
Well, first of all, I just think people need to understand something. Before, even in terms of the people we're talking to, you have to understand the people we're talking to. Prior to the 1619 project, which is really a ripoff of the ADOS project, Nicole Hannah-Jones was talking about segregated schools. So this is a person who knows enough about politics to be having this conversation with you, first of all. Second of all, what she's talking about is what she hears from her friends. And they're basically trying to threaten Biden and threaten everybody, DNC and everybody involved, and saying, you have to put Kamala out there. Now, I agree with you. Kamala's not a national candidate, but I kind of wish they would put out because Tim Moody needs to be done. But this idea that, listen, we never wanted Kamala. She never resonated with our community. She never had great poll numbers in our community. So it's not like you have this group of people who are dedicated to her and are going to pull back because of our dedication to her. She doesn't have any anchoring in our community. She's not wildly popular in our community. So we passed on her first. We were the first to say, hey, we're not really feeling her. So what makes you think that, oh my God, like Nicole Hannah-Jones said, if y'all don't show up, I'm going to tell y'all something. If y'all don't show up, it sounds like y'all being racist. So it sounds like someone doesn't have a poll number.
Can I anchor that? Can I anchor that? I have the tweet on screen now from Nicole Hannah-Jones, and I also have your tweet and also a set of polling that you put out. And I'm gonna read the three things. I want you to directly go right to them. This is what Nicole Hannah-Jones said, and it falls in line with Angela Rye and Sonny Hoskins. I have no idea what this black woman thing is. It should be an ADOS person. That's just my view. But they should also have very liberal politics. Yep, many folks have been saying this is an attempt to pass over Kamala Harris, and many black voters understand it that way, being that the most faithful Democratic voters with the highest turnouts are black women. They aren't black women, they are ADOS people. They just don't disaggregate. How do you not know this? Black men vote nearly the exact, like slightly lower than black, but we both vote very high Democrat. How do you say that out your mouth and don't know politics? It is about ADOS people and how we support this party and have supported it for decades because we want liberal policy. Yvette said Kamala has never had very high numbers among ADOS, which Nicole seemed to not know. Her campaign had already imploded when Biden yielded to the pressure and chose her as a VP. Why would we revolt if she's passed over now? Now, let me read this last part, Yvette, to what you said. You choose candidate, you choose your VP because they're supposed to bring something to you that you don't have already. Maybe a state, maybe a set of ideological beliefs, maybe something. So Kamala already comes from California. Biden's going to win that state anyway. Kamala is center-right on some of her politics and a former prosecutor. She doesn't bring a hard liberal stance. So what she did bring was being a black woman. Well, then why is it that among black voters, 58% viewed her favorably compared with 32% who viewed her unfavorably? You cannot have that split with black voters as a black VP, and that's your only selling point. Go ahead.
Well, the thing is that it will have to match. See, if you're telling me the Democrats have got to win, like if you're telling me if the Democrats don't win, it's over for democracy. And I look up and I see Kamala's poll numbers, and I look up and I see she's not even resonating with the community that you all say she's the same as Adolf. We know that's not true, but I see she's not resonating with the base. She has high unfavorables, and she's not resonating with the base of the people that she's supposed to drop to the polls. And her first campaign imploded on its own. She came out as a front runner, and the campaign imploded. By what right does a group of insulated DC and New York Negroes and Negro wannabes have to tell us what we have to do or what's going to happen different? Y'all don't even talk to us. Y'all don't talk to regular ADOS people on the street. Y'all don't know what we feel, what we think. You all only talk to each other. Then go on TV and say, let me tell you what black people are telling you. They ain't telling you nothing. You don't even hang around us. They're not telling you anything.
Can I ask you one more thing? Because I'm not going to keep you too long. A couple more things I want to, but this is what I want to get to. So I put out a tweet, and I don't think people are grasping because they're just pitching it as normal. How abnormal isn't the right word. How almost ignorant this is. Like we're just going to swap him out with 12 weeks until a presidential campaign, a presidential vote is going to happen. But if they were to swap her out, this is my view. The only way the Democrats can run Kamala Harris is to run her purely on identity. And we will not really know her platform. It's going to have to just be like, we don't really know. She not Trump. Then shame anyone asking, what are her politics for my constituents? Meaning, as we said, what are you going to do for black ADOS Americans? Because of Trump Project and Project 25, it is basically an inverted form of voter disenfranchisement. You let people vote, but muted the process that selects the liberal candidate. In addition, you block anyone asking about this far-right truancy law that she instituted. So what I'm asking you, based on what I just shared with you, is can they even run her? Like, I'm not talking about now structurally, whether I'm saying like, how could she even put out a campaign in that amount of time? The Kamala Harris we know.
Well, she could have put out a campaign if she had had a first good campaign. This would be just a continuation of that good campaign. If she had come in a real close second to Biden, she could just continue that campaign and take off. Like she could do that. Like for example, I think if Hillary Clinton got in there, she could take off and say, y'all made a mistake the first time. I'm not saying whether you did or didn't. I'm just saying if you put forth a campaign, even though it may not have been the right campaign for ADOS, that doesn't mean it was not an adult campaign. If Kamala wants to do that, and like I said, they might just throw her out there to get rid of her. But the truth of the matter is, to me, it would need to happen this week too. Like it would need to happen to sidelined and left when they came with Bernie. They have sidelined everybody who has tried to get them to do something transformative. And now they're just left with this little we're not as bad as Republicans thing. And that's just not enough. And that's who Kamala is. Like, if I ask anybody in this chat, hey, what's the Kamala stand for? Like, what is she fighting? If you say what is Trump stand for, everybody's gonna say build a wall, and then start talking about other stuff. What are her core beliefs? And you can't tell me anything except just to maintain China of America as it is and do better. And something like that. That's not something that's going to be fired up.
Now, the last thing I'm gonna ask you, I have the Democratic pledge delegates from 2020. You got Biden with the 2,700. You had Sanders with 1,100. Warren with 60. Bloomberg with 44. Even Buddy Gig got 21. Gabbard had 2. You know who's not on there? Kamala. I mean, the abysmal failure of her campaign. Do you think it's getting enough coverage, or are they just covering it all up? I'll leave you at that.
I don't think it ever got enough coverage. Like Biden picking Kamala for VP never got enough coverage. Kamala's campaign, long before he picked her, long before she dropped out, is like what she said, may have been a deal to get her out of there because South Carolina may have been one on the thing she could do a little bit, a little uptick. But here's the thing. She started out, I know I said this, but I want to drive it home. She started out as a front runner. It's even worse than she did so bad. She fell so low because she started out so high. What that tells you is that the problem with her campaign and her candidacy, it wasn't anyone else. Even when she got Biden on that stage and said, I was a little black girl, she wasn't. But even when she did that, she backtracked. She started borrowing legislation and policy recommendations for this was born or whatever. We don't know what Kamala stands for. And I think we don't know because she doesn't stand for anything. And we're not going to fight for her because she doesn't stand for anything. She said, I'm not going to do anything specifically black people don't. So what are we even having a conversation about?
And it's bad. And we're trying to do it all in 12 weeks too, Yvette. You ever had a broccoli mixed with strawberries, mixed with oat milk, mixed with peanuts shake? No, you don't drink that. They done mixed a bunch of stuff up in this lady. This far-right truancy laws, this image of a AKA, this black woman without her ever being clear to anybody that she's not African-American. I saw Paskey the other day. She said, oh, Kamala will be the first African-American president. She's the first she's not African-American. She don't make it clear. She never corrects them. She just go quiet. Watch her. I don't know what this is. Any last thing you want to say to the audience about what's going to happen next?
Well, only thing I want to say is, this is a time to really, I do believe this is a moment where we could have some leverage. I don't know if that's going to happen because if you look at Bakari Sellers and all these folks, they're just too stubborn into what they want to see happen and the outcome that they want to see. And nobody understands that this moment is not about you anyway. This moment is about what you can extract for the people that you say you care about. This is not about protecting the Democrats. It's about protecting particular agendas that uplift your community. And when I look around, I don't see people who have that. I don't even see people with good political instincts in the Democratic Party right now. And I think that's a problem.
Thank you so much. What a call. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I ain't going to keep you too long. Again, she didn't get no delegates. You can look for yourself. Yeah, they said they're going to run her with 14 weeks and we already rejected her, the whole party. You got a lady that her family is Jamaican American, came here for school. That's her recessive part. We never see the dad. She really anchored to being the Indian. Her auntie already said that. Everything Kamala is inculcated from her mama. That's what the auntie told us. Her Indian auntie. So you get to come here after the Jim Crow. Mm-hmm. Come on. Call it. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Kim from Houston. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I just want to get your take.
Well, I think first off, this whole Biden thing, it reminds me of RBG completely. The ego is just, magnified like you would not believe. Whether he's understanding what he's doing, he is creating a problem. But with Kamala, to me, he seems like a Manchurian candidate for Asia. What do you think of that?
I don't really go into conspiracy theories. I just know for a fact she ain't Adolf, and she doesn't do nothing for Adolf's people, in my view.
Yeah, that's every time I see it, I just see her as a Manchurian candidate for Asians. And white people are so fixated on, I guess, staying above black people and holding everything from black people that they're not realizing that, you know, they're losing the race to Asian immigrants. They already earn everybody else. You know, they are becoming politically savvy and politically powerful.
Say she ran on being tough, principled, and fearless. Those are conservative, like, words, that key words that conservatives use in 2019. Tough, principled, and fearless. Why do conservatives always portray themselves as tougher than liberals? Another one. What is principled conservatism? She was signaling to the right, to white right wing, tough, principled. I don't even understand the identity of black politics that lets someone like this be pushed instead of black women that say they want a black candidate. I'm just saying. I'm gonna let you go, caller, because I'm starting to cough. So I had to bring this show today. I don't even understand what we're talking about. I know that Kamala Harris's campaign unraveled back in 2019, 2020. This is my third presidential campaign. I've never seen an organization treat its staff so poorly. How Kamala Harris' campaign unraveled, New York Times. And they're going to run her nationally. This is the letter. Go read it on the New York Times from the lady that worked for Kamala. Democrats need to be told to get rid of the whole 2020 ticket or hold their Joe Biden bag. I just want to come to you, have a discussion. This is Tone Talk. Please go to tonetalk.org. Subscribe, donate, and share. Thank you so much for your time.
All right. Now, you know, we're in somewhat of a catch-22. And at this point, there's a number of things that we can do. You feel me? Who's ready for Arizona has talent? Who's ready for Arizona has talent? You can definitely be a part of Arizona's Got Talent. And you can send your MP4 no more than 2 minutes. 2 minutes in length. You feel me? No more than 2 minutes in length to the email address on the screen, Mike and D at PhoenixStreetNews.com, for an upcoming TV series, Arizona Got Talent 2.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
You know I hate that iPhone, right? What do you mean? You didn't hear me? I wasn't talking to you. I hate the iPhone. iPhone is always eavesdropping on you. No matter what, it's always in your business. Never sleeping. Always checking on you. You say something. iPhone is like, what did you just say? I don't know if I need to report that or not. Yeah, all right, whatever. But make sure you tap in to PSN radio and TV now playing at PhoenixStreetNews.com. Right now, you can go right there, right now, and watch TV programming. You feel me? And I wonder what is Cornel West doing. Let's see if Cornel West has had a public appearance. When is this? 7 months ago. Let me see here. I'm trying to. Let's see, we have some corner recent news a year ago. No, I ain't doing nothing. Two months ago. Cornel West accuses Piers Morgan of racism and bias and hatred. Oh, okay. Let's see what we got here for y'all.
Students have been killed. You're a journalist.
Yes.
Have you talked about the 112 journalists who have been killed, brother?
Yes, I have done.
You just said lies.
Well, hang on. Well, Cornel, I actually.
So
Cornel, hang on. Cornel.
You're unfair.
Cornel.
And then you just start lying. You start lying, man. It's ridiculous.
Cornel,
man.
I'm not
It's
lying about
ridiculous.
anything.
You want to make
No,
money,
you are.
then go
I
on.
agree with Cornel West completely. You're totally, utterly lying through your framing. The framing of this is a total, complete lie.
Well, I can't hear you both speak at the same time. Cornel.
You know, this is a thing that that our people do a lot. You can make an argument in bits and pieces and stuff and it's like in an argument, they got to have a whole monologue for their point. And my man tried to cut in. Cornel is right. In hearing that, you're supposed to fall back and let this man jump in and pound in a little bit. It's just the etiquette of conversation. Man, I don't know. And you...
Just to be clear, I have posted... Sorry, hang on. Hang on. I have posted about the journalists who've died in Gaza, right? I have posted about this. I have highlighted the deaths of those journalists, right?
Put it in the framework.
Well, I'm going to. I was going to come to you about the framework.
No, you're not.
all the vandalism about one hall, and you hardly can say a mumbling word about universities, libraries gone completely, schoolrooms gone completely. You see how truncated and narrow your framework is? You're just lying, man. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Okay. When you say lying, what you're trying to imply that I don't care about the other stuff you've just mentioned.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's not a lie.
That's definitely right.
Well, not have the same value as an Israeli life. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, let me bring in change. You cannot be happy as a professor there that Jewish students are being harassed and intimidated because people are critical of what an Israel government's doing thousands of miles away. That is my point.
Of course. That goes without saying. I try to be a decent person in my life.
So you agree with me? After that diatribe, you agree with me?
All you want to talk about is protection of Jews.
It's not all I want to talk about, Cornell. But that is actually what this debate is about.
Organizations that are banned it back in October. Did you say a word about that? When you got massive children at universities.
Okay, so that's not working. I need to get some Cornell about being president. Because I'm not getting any a year ago. See, these people ain't being active enough for okay. Let's do this.
We need you to be part and parcel of wrestling with this corporate duopoly, this two-party system that in the way of the unleashing of the kind of policies of abolishing poverty and homelessness, of dealing with working wages, cutting back on militarism, and most importantly, trying to ensure that the best of who we are as a people can be more manifest, can be more concrete, because the crisis is real and these catastrophes are bombarding us. Please come join us.
Okay, so that's
Dr. Cornell West. You take one marker.
we're not gonna do that. It is, and it's a shame that we're in this kind of dismal situation. You know what I mean? It is. But it is a good time. It's always in these kind of situations an opportunity for fresh, for brand new to arise. Now, it is obvious that Kamala don't have the organizational skills to put something together like right now. No, she can't make it happen. And she got it, even if, oh no, it's just bad. And as Tone stated, they got to have a little mini convention or something to pick the nominee for the head top of the ticket and a running mate. Now, that's what needs to be done. And they need to be like, oh, hell, black. I'm talking about ADOS out the gate. Because we've had the play the fake black people. And now, since y'all have had a taste of the fake black people, we might as well get just a real one now so you can see the difference. So will the real black candidate for the Democratic Party step up? Can you? Can you step up? Are you ready to make a difference? Because this is, in fact, a moment in time and an historical moment. A president old as hell, and Donald ain't no better. Donald ain't no better. Donald falling asleep everywhere. It's bad. But this can be a win. Need that reparation check. Got to put your ear to the ground. See what the people are saying on the ground. And make it happen. Until next time, y'all, we're going to get up and get out of here. How long has it been? Okay, right at the 2-hour mark. For sure. That's what I'm talking about. We ain't playing with y'all. We ain't playing with y'all now. That's a real. Let me see here. Something I can rock out with. Something I can jam vibe out with. Y'all know what I'm saying? Heck yeah. Okay. We don't give it these two songs.
What you know about the G code? Fucking on the free code. Don't pick up the phone, must be ready for war. That bitch is crazy. Yeah, crazy about you and all the things you do. Say you wanna support, now you fucking it up. Cause you listen to your dick instead of your heart. Yeah, that bitch is crazy. That bitch is crazy. Crazy about you and all the things you do. That bitch is. My bitch been tripping lately and I know why. It's a dick that I be slanging, get her so high. Gotta talk to her friends, but all on nice. I keep her so right. Pussy dripping down the thigh, so even when we fight, it don't last too long. I got it singing on my song like a groupie song. Yeah, like a groupie song. The way that we fucking so often without any caution is kind of amazing. We don't have a baby, I'm grateful. I'd rather take you on a fancy vacation. As soon as we land, we ain't wearing no clothes. We gon' walk around naked, just know that we fucking do doing. Soon as you wake up and yawn, there'll be some eggs, some bacon and waiting. And when you was cleaning your plate, I'll be cleaning up yours. What are we waiting for? What you know about the G code? Fucking on the free code. Don't pick up the phone, must be ready for war. That bitch is crazy. Crazy about you and all the things you do. Said you wanna support, now you fucking it up. Cause you listen to your dick instead of your heart. Yeah, that bitch is crazy. Crazy about you and all the things you do. That bitch.
All right, y'all. Good night. Till next time. Be easy.
Break it down and then we see we ain't too different all along. Peter lays back, boss and common ground. Don't have to argue, we can talk it out. Couple dozen shows around the valley as I look into the ground. I realize they don't love the sound. They love the message from the soul. Spent 2 years on the road. It taught me everything I know. Taught me everything I know. Well, I'm full of hope and pain. It's trying to get through the day. Some try to drown it with liquor. Some chew to smoke it away. Ain't hope that it fades. Even though we're at where it don't work that way. No, it don't work that way. Too many vices abused. I'm guilty of it too. When my days get overwhelming, but that's not an excuse unless you trying to lose your faith, your way. There ain't no chance of tomorrow if you give up today. We all trying to find a balance, ain't alone or behind. Your part really pays. Just get out your own way. And believe me, I know that it's easier said than it is to embrace. That it is to embrace. Family weight on my bed, I can't afford to collapse. I'm usually passive, please don't make me switch to a tech. With so ruthless, I don't wanna relax. Y'all won't like me like that. Plus, I'd rather share this love, there's true beauty in that. Trust the way, fuck the wind, eating my skin. So I will never forget why I chose to even pick up this pen. Throughout the trials of life, it's likely you slip. The only thing that's relevant is if you get up again. Well, I'm full of hope and pain, just trying to get through the day. Some try to drown it with liquor, some chew to smoke it away. And hope that it fades, even though we're well aware that it don't work that way. No, it don't work that way. No, it don't work that way.